Good evening, all of you. Good evening, speakerpreneurs. Can we please keep ourselves on a mute mode and give us your response on the chat box? If you can all hear me and see me clearly, please give me your response in the chat box, please. Good evening to all speakerpreneurs out there. If you can all see me and hear me clearly, yes, please confirm that to me in the chat box out there. Great. Thank you so much. And a very good evening to all of you out there. Right, and welcome to the Speakerpreneur Program Day 1. Are we all excited to understand that how can we progress on this journey from a speaker to speakerpreneur? Are we all excited to do that? Come on, I need to see one big excited in the chat box. When I say one big excited, which means you need to give it to me with a lot of D's in the end. We need to see that with a lot of D's in the end right there. Let that coming in. I need to see that excitement coming in with each one of you to start off with this program out there, which is going to be a Speakerpreneur program. And I need to see the excitement coming in from each one of you. So without further much ado, I need to see a yes and excited coming in from all of you. Thanks a lot, Amitabh and Dinesh. Everyone, thank you so much, Dinesh and Beena, with a lot of excitement out there. Right? I highly appreciate this bit, and I would request each one of you to keep yourselves on a mute mode. Make sure that you have your pens and paper in hand, because we're going to be creating an entire format where you will be speaking up. We will be speaking about tips and techniques on the speaker and speakerpreneur. And if there is for any chance, if we do get disconnected for any technical reasons, remember, we will be able to get back to you within a matter of few seconds. So there's nothing to worry on that, absolutely, right? We're going to be back on this platform, so to make sure that you're able to log into this platform as soon as possible, okay? So since I have all of you now in the room with us, right, now let's get started with ourselves on day 1. Now, what is it that's in store with us for day 1? Which is, I call this as very interestingly, that how can you put your ignition on? Each one of you has looked at the Facebook campaign and then registered for this program. And the whole idea of doing this is that somewhere you were able to relate with this aspect, that you are already an expert. You're already an expert in your field. You want to understand how is it that you can take this further in increasing your level of confidence as a speaker, and then be able to do something around it. When I say you should be able to do something around it, you know, we refer to it as the journey of a speaker to a speakerpreneur. And that journey is what we are going to discover in the next 5 days. So all these 5 days, let me reveal that to you. All these 5 days are absolutely going to be live from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So you need to be very clear that there are absolutely no recordings that I'm sharing with you. All the Q&A and all the discussion here in the group will be shared up live on this platform. So there's nothing doing that, you know, there is something that spade work which is being given across to you in the form of video recorded lessons. So as for today, we are going to be highlighting that how can we first of all switch on that power mode that we need to have, which is the mindset of a speaker that we need to ignite for each one of us out there. I know that the moment we've taken up that action step to register in this program out here, we've already, you know, been able to establish that concept to ourselves that we want to become a speaker, and not only a speaker, we want to establish ourselves into a domain, or what I call as a speaker plus entrepreneur, which is a combination of the two, and we want to establish ourselves as a speakerpreneur. And that is exactly what the model of this concept will be, the way we are going to flow from day 1 to day 5. So to explain you the entire flow, the first and the second and the third day is primarily going to focus on talking a lot about becoming a powerful speaker and how is it that you will go ahead doing that. And we're going to be talking about various tips, techniques, and tricks for the same, so as to understand that it's first important for us to become a powerful speaker, And then on day 4 and day 5, we are going to be expanding this journey to see that can we capitalize on this? Can we monetize this journey? And can we create a venture out of creating an entire business model around it to see that what is a speakerpreneur journey? Now, that is what the agenda is for the next 5 days. I've already shared out the details with all of you in the group in the form of a timeline. So if you would have already got the various posts up that we are sending you out on the group, you would have received an entire timeline, the way that we're progressing from day 1 to day 5 into, taking you from this journey from point A to point B, which is from a speaker to a speakerpreneur. All communication is going to be done on the WhatsApp group. So please remember to be, to stay absolutely alert. There are going to be lots of activities that we're going to have at the end of every single day. And every single activity that you're going to post across as a participant is documented with us. It's absolutely documented with us. And that is taken into account onto what you reply to us. And at the end of 5 days, we have a complete documentation to analyze that where is it that each one of you as a participant is coming across from, and how can we best address that for you in terms of giving you out the exact solution that you were looking out for. So that's the whole notion of it. So remember to be absolutely participative through these 5 days so that we're able to understand that there is a rhythm that we need to develop from day 1 to day 5. So can I get that commitment from each one of you out there? Can I get one I commit in the chat box from each one of you out there, please? To be able to see the kind of commitment that we require. So I'm going to be all out there, giving you all the time, which we have promised from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. But I need your participation, because a speaker, I say, is not a speaker till he is just a speaker. A speaker is not a speaker till he's just a speaker. So I need your cooperation. I need you with us here in the room to be able to make this program a success. And for that one reason that it is live, you're going to absolutely love all these interactions. So thank you so much, Puneet, Kabir, Ajit, Bharti, all of you, for that, exuberated energy that you're sending out to us. I highly appreciate that. Now let's get down to the agenda straight away, which is that what is it that we are going to be starting off with today? So to be able to develop that mindset that we can develop an entire business model around the world of speaking, to be able to reach there, I need you all to be very clear with the mindset that as a speaker that you can do. So I want you all to start thinking, first of all, and embed that fact, into yourself on day 1, that becoming a speaker is the fastest way for your career growth. And especially if I was to say it in times of today, we've realized that becoming a speaker, which means, in these times, the best profession that you can be in at this time is being online. And that's exactly what this calls out for. So if there is something that you can do around, being online and do it well, it is primarily in the space of EdTech, which we call as the education technology, where you can absolutely be online and create an entire, stream of income around it. But all of that is only and only going to start once you're able to convince yourself that it is about becoming that wonderful, that brilliant, that unconvincible speaker who's able to go out there and send their message. So I want to address all those fears. I want to address all those misconceptions that you have and embed some important facts on speaking so that we're able to get rid of, all these misconceptions that we have towards speaking and public speaking, completely shed them away from the window right now today itself, so that we're all ready to learn the exact techniques and the exact model and the exact blueprint, and how can we take this further for ourselves. So the first things first, let's get ourselves, convinced of ourselves that how is it that we can become a speaker, and how is it that it can help us in this journey of the Speakerpreneur program. And at the end of this day today, we're going to be having a very interesting activity, which is by the name of Add, Subtract, Multiply, and Divide. This is going to be your first activity. And we are going to be reviewing this activity on day 5 as well. So remember to make sure that you're able to send me out your message on this activity to completely make sense out of why you are here as a part of this program, right? So that's going to be that little participation that I would require from each one of you out there. So let's get started with that right away. Can I get a big yes in the chat box, please? Before I get started on this right away, come on, let's get started. And I need to see yes in the chat box right away. I need to see that yes in the chat box. When I say yes, and I need to see that energy, which means S's in the end. I need to see those S's in the end. It's only and only when you're going to be able to send that to me will I be all out to be able to give you out, you know, everything that I have out there. Right. Thank you so much, everyone. So let's get started, you know, absolutely, where we say that if you are into this program and you're still thinking that if it is the right platform for me or not, let me first clarify that for you. You're absolutely at the right place. If you are anywhere in this industry of training or coaching or consulting or a professional who just needs to, you know, get into the aspect of communication with their colleagues, with their clients, you know, something that you want to become more influential, is you're absolutely at the right place, my friends. If you want to gain mastery on what we call as, you know, in quotes, public speaking, you're absolutely at the right place. If you want to just position yourself and say that, Gopika, I want to become a confident individual. It's not so much to do with speaking, but it's the way that I behave and I portray and I project myself in front of others. This is something that is going to help you in the next 5 days for sure. And it will help you to create multiple options for work and for your work from home options before you will actually tell yourself that which one should I pick up at this point in time, is how you're going to be telling yourself that, you know, there are so many options that now I can pick up. Which one to pick up is how you're going to be, you know, fiddling with. So you will be able to get that dream life, because I'm going to be opening up your blueprints, you know, by the 4th and 5th day, but opening up each blueprint exactly like the way, you know, you will be able to achieve success for yourself as a speakerpreneur, so that you can dazzle yourself as a confident speaker. And with every word, with every sentence that I'm saying, I am absolutely giving you a vouch for that, that this is exactly what is going to happen in the coming 5 days, right? So what is it that you can expect? You will first of all be able to overcome that shyness to what's going to happen, Gopika, because in these very 5 days, if you have read the entire flow and the timeline of the 5 days program that we have, on day 4, many of you, I'm going to give you an opportunity to be able to come up and be able to speak up in front of everyone. You know, unfortunately, we won't be able to do it for all of you, because we're going to be giving out the individual feedback and recommendations. It's going to be on first come, first serve, where we're going to be generating a list where you will actually come up on the platform, and we try and accommodate at least 15 to 20 of you who will come up right here, be able to overcome that shyness. And I'm going to share my individual feedback and recommendations with you right away, on the pretext of which everybody out there who's, you know, there as an audience will be able to learn all the assets and will be able to imbibe all those learning, because everything is basically stemming out from speaking. Now, how good is that, right? So that is something that we are completely targeting at in this program. Then you're going to be able to get the answers to the most path-breaking techniques in public speaking right from today. Right from today, I'm going to be revealing to you a lot of techniques. As I said, keep your pens and paper ready for the same. And then you will be able to master. There are 2 aspects in communication that I'm sure that, you know, many of you understand, which is, one is the verbal and the other is the non-verbal. You will be able to master these 2 elements, which is verbal and non-verbal, by paying a lot of attention, by being a participant of all the activities, and being able to master those verbal and non-verbal techniques. And then, of course, I will be sharing with you the step-by-step blueprint for becoming that #1 speaker. And as I've discussed, this is going to only and only keep coming to you as the days pass by. So it's just going to, you know, continue to become better and better each, you know, day by day. What else would you can you expect from this program? It's going to tell you about that proven system that I have applied in my life, and many people who are attached to me now have applied it in their life, on how is it that they're handling their online and offline speaking platforms. And you will be able to establish yourself as an expert speaker, to establish as an expert speaker, and be able to, continue your journey as a speakerpreneur on that. We will also be sharing with you about how you can become a six-figure speaker out there. And it's a very, very simple, absolutely doable, practical approach that I'm going to be sharing with all of you. Is that good enough, guys? Come on, give me a big good in the chat box. Can I get one big good in the chat box if you think this is good enough? You know what we're going to be spending across together in these 5 days. And this is exactly what we are going to be fulfilling for each one of you who's enrolled in this program, right? Thank you so much. And now I can see that most of you are getting the hang of how is it that you send out the energy in the room, right? I'm very, very glad to see that now. So there you go, everyone. So let's start addressing on the first agenda of the day today. That is, who is it that you're speaking to? So right now, I've already sent you out a brief snapshot of my profile with the help of that little PDF that I had shared with you right in the morning. So just to let you know, because I'm not going to take any time on this at all. It is not about me. It is about you completely. But just to let everyone know, for those who've not heard, myself, I'm Dr. Gopika Kumar. I'm going to be taking you through these 5 days. I'm a soft skills trainer. My doctorate is in soft skills, communication skills. I'm an Amazon bestseller author, and my name of my book is Personal Power Equation, which covers up all the soft skills out there. I'm a speaker, I'm a mentor, I'm a researcher. So I've written several research papers and presented that at the IITs, IIM, Symbiosis. I'm a motivational speaker, an image consultant, and a personality development practitioner. And I've been working in this industry of speaking now for the last 15 years, my friends, on the pretext of which I take this permission from each one of you out there that I'm going to be conducting this entire program with all of you and make sure that all of you completely enjoy it to the T, right? So that's about me. But as I promised to you, it's not about me at all today. It's completely, completely about you. So let's talk about that. And what is it that I can talk about you today? I want to understand that what is it that brings you all here? But you don't need to give me anything in the chat box right now. You don't need to write down anything as of now. The reason I'm asking you is the moment you would have registered for this program, the maximum notion, the majority of people, when they register for this program, they start with their scope in mind, which is much narrower in terms of that what the entire program can actually deliver to you. But the actual scope and the magnum of this program is much wider than that. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that, Gopika? What we really mean is that why is it that we've really enrolled into this program? If I was to ask that question, the answer that I'm going to start getting across in the chat box would be that I want to become more confident. I want to be able to overcome that aspect of speaking. I want to become, overcome that shyness. I want to, emerge out as a powerful speaker. That's why I have enrolled, myself for, and that's exactly what is going to be majority of the answers. But we are going to increase the magnum and the scope of this program. It's not just about gaining the confidence to become a speaker, because that's a mindset that I'm going to help you to remove completely, which is the fear syndrome in a speaker, and help you to establish that mindset that this is the fastest career that you can pick up, especially in today's time, and which is going to be lasting for years to come. So why is it that you've enrolled for yourself? Who is a speaker in your eyes? Can I ask any one of you out there? And so the moment you're looking at this image, you will immediately start coming up with your answers. So who is a speaker, Gopika? Is somebody who looks like this. Somebody who looks like this. What does he look like to you? Now you can start answering that to me. Who is a speaker, Gopika? Somebody who looks like this. What does he look like to you? I want to know that in the chat box. I want to know that in the chat box. Who is a speaker? What is this perception game that we are playing with ourselves? What is it that we are telling ourselves all the time? because a speaker image is somebody like this in our mind. I need to know the attributes. I need to know those characteristics. I need to know on what pretext are we calling somebody a speaker and not calling somebody a speaker. What is it that, when the moment we either look at this image or the way we visualize it, somebody who shares their ideas and thoughts, okay, somebody who has the self-confidence, see the answers started coming in, somebody who wants to make people listen to with interest. Look at that. Now the perceptions start coming in. Who is articulate, who is clear, Sanjay says. Umar says, who is confident, somebody who can communicate effectively at any situation is a speaker, I want to ask you, Dinesh, I want to ask you, Umar, I want to ask you, Sanjay, if let's say that today at any point in time, we feel that we are not articulate, we feel that we are not confident, we feel that, we are not being able to communicate effectively at any situation. Does that mean that we are not a speaker? Does that mean that we are not a speaker? I'm asking the three of you. Do you think, does that mean if I do not have the confidence, if I cannot communicate effectively, does that mean I am not a speaker? The question is fairly simple. Do you think that it means that I am not a speaker? So does that mean? Absolutely not. Thank you so much for that confirmation. Thank you so much. It does not mean that we are not a speaker. So the first things first. Now look at the beauty of what I have asked you. The first things first. I said that a speaker is somebody, that Gopika, who will be confident, who will be charismatic, who will have a strong speaking style, so on and so forth, creative hai, value deta hai, they have something meaningful to say. But that doesn't mean that if you don't have these styles, if you don't have one of these styles or two of these styles or multiple of these styles, then you're not a speaker. Then you're not a speaker. Because I truly believe you are already a speaker. All we need to understand is that we need to learn to elevate. We need to learn to elevate the confidence, the charisma, the speaking style, the creativity, the value, the something meaningful to say. We just need to elevate on these. But let's first accept this notion that we are a speaker. We need to learn the skill set. Who is a speaker? Somebody who speaks. So I am talking to you and somebody is listening to you. So we are a speaker. It's just about improving a skill set, enhancing a skill set. And it can absolutely be learned. It is something that can be learned. So I say that every single person who is out there in the room, who was probably giving a speaker an image of an alien, somebody who's looking down at you, that, I am right up here in the sky, I'm something that is very difficult to reach, is not something that we really need to look at. We need to look at it as that we are a speaker in our domain. We need to learn to enhance our skill set. Skill set of what? Confidence, charisma, value, strong speaking style. We need to learn to be able to enhance it. And if you're going to put it down in a more progressive way, structured way, and tell ourselves on an everyday basis that it can be learned, because exactly what we need to do is, we've learned that we're not confident, we will work on that. We've learned that we need to create more valuable content, we will work on that. Is how each one of you can go out there and start establishing your identity as a speaker. If that is making sense to you guys, if that is making sense that you are already a speaker, please give me one MS in the chat box. If that is making sense that we're all, every day, we're all communicating. It's about the skill set, which does not come out from a third planet on Mars. And it's not something which is not doable. All we need to tell ourselves is, we are a speaker. We need to learn to be able to elevate this skill set. That's it. Thank you so much for that confirmation to each one of you out there. So that's the first mindset that we need to start working on. I know how to communicate. I need to learn to be able to make it better. And that's exactly what I'm going to do it for you right here. Then what is it that are your biggest fears of speaking, or as we may call as public speaking? What are your biggest fears? I don't really like to call it as public speaking, because the moment you attach the word as public, It means that we are setting you on a separate stage where you need to learn to perform. You know, you're into that spotlight and everybody is looking at you. I want to just say that what are your biggest fears of speaking? And I'm sure that each one of you is aware of that the fear of speaking is one of the biggest fears, next to the fear of death. Is next to the fear of death. You know why? Because we give it a different terminology and we say the fear of public speaking. Fear of public speaking. And you are not somebody who's new to it at all. Because research says, and the research from Wikipedia, look at that, and anybody can find that out. Research from Wikipedia only says, which is that 75% of people have that fear. Glossophobia bolte hain. 75% of people have that fear. Now be rest assured. Now this is going to come to you as a relief. If so many people have the same fear that we have, if so many people have the same fear, then for sure there are techniques through which we can overcome it. If there is a problem, then there is a solution. If there is a problem with so many people, then there has to be a solution. And that solution is basically a skill set that can be learned. And my first tip to each one of you out there today, my first tip on that skill set that needs to be learned is from this statistical chart out there. So public speaking says that I need to become and go out there and become confident. And go out there and become confident. But you know, there is no definition of confidence which says I am 100% confident today. There is nothing that's nobody can put you down on that scale up and say I'm 100% confident today. You know, even the best of the speakers, even if I'm to speak about Tony Robbins, you know, even if I'm speaking about Sandeep Maheshwari, any speaker out there who goes out there has that degree, 10% of fear, even if they've done it zillions of times, of nervousness. And that is exactly what they're able to overcome every single time. Every single time when they prepare, they structure, and they deliver. When they prepare, they structure, and they deliver. If the best of the people do not have 100% level of confidence, because we always say there is scope for improvement, then when we are, you know, wanting to learn about speaking and we want to become a powerful speaker, let's first embed that as a very, very powerful technique. Where do I lie on this scale? And each one of you can give yourselves your own ratings. You don't need to tell me. Give it to yourself. And I'm sure that each one of you would know that. You know that whether I am on 10% or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50, what is my level of confidence on that note? And how much am I wanting to increase it? And what are the steps that I'm taking to be able to increase it? We say it's not about becoming fearless. It's about having less fear. It's not about becoming fearless. It's about having less fear. I hope that is making sense to each one of you. Now, how can we increase our confidence, Kopika? How can we increase our confidence? Is what is coming up next, guys. For each one of you out there. How can you increase your confidence? By reducing your fears. How can you increase your confidence? By reducing your fears. Can we first address these fears? Can we first address these fears so that we can reduce it to some degree? Let's do that. Let's start addressing these fears one by one. And I want every single person in the room to do that. Because the moment you will first address your fear, is where you would want to know how to solve it. So the moment the fears will reduce, the confidence will increase. It's the simple equation that we are looking at, right? Now, all you need to see is I am addressing some of the 13 biggest fears when it comes down to speaking. You only need to give me what we call as, give me a number in the chat box of the fears that you relate with the most. And you're saying that, Gopika, I think these are the biggest fears that I have when it comes to speaking in front of people. And that is the reason I don't have confidence. So my biggest fear is I don't have confidence. You can just give me numbers and you can give me multiple numbers. And I'm going to address 13 fears in front of you. Okay, or I have a stage phobia, Gopika. I can't speak in front of people. I have a language problem. What if I forget, Gopika? How do I start? How do I open, close a discussion? Do you think you can help me in that? So if you think that there are numbers that you're all able to relate to, come on, each one of you out there, give me those numbers that you're able to relate with the most, because I'm sure it's completely coming in from here. You know, I have felt it so many times. It has to come, you know, from the depth of your heart, the fears that you think you're able to relate yourself to. Look at those, some more fears out there, right? All five. So many of you. So all five, yes, 1, 3, 4, and 5. So many of them are coming across. Look at more fears. So your fear of speaking is, I don't know how to be influential. I don't know what will the audience think if I falter. I stammer sometimes in between, Gopika. How do you deal with that? How will you deal with this problem of, you know, my legs start shivering, my throat becomes dry, I forget to smile, and I freeze, and I don't know what is it that I prepared for. How will you help me in that? Is something that, you know, you're feeling. Come on, start giving me more numbers, 1 to 5. And if you are not writing down a number to yourself, let me tell you, you're not even willing to face your fear. First, face your fear, and then we will find out how is it that we can reduce these fears to increase your confidence. It's a simple equation. Reducing your fears to be able to increase your confidence. So Manish says all of them. Absolutely right. Because they're acting, there's something that I'm also able to relate with a lot of them out there. So come on, each one of you, I'm giving you the time to be able to just pen in your number. Nobody is judging you. All you're doing to yourself is playing a fair game with yourself. At least address your fears of speaking so that you know what is it that you're looking out for. What solution are you wanting to look out for? For which problem? Great going. Let's look at some more fears out there. Let's look at some more fears, which is, I don't know what content to say, Gopika. And then 11th, it's so difficult to maintain an eye contact. It's so daunting when so many people are looking at you at the same time. I absolutely get intimidated. Or 12, how do I make it interesting is my biggest fear. What if people sleep in the audience? And 13th fear, hashtag log kya kahenge, you know, and for everybody who understands Hindi, and especially, you know, if people are there from South, you know, that what is it that the people will say? Come on, give me out your numbers in the chat box. Come on, give me out the fears. So put them down so that you're able to address them. So let's have a look at them again. So 1 to 5, what are the fears that we have? And now you can put them down together so that we're able to see that which are those fears. Only when you will write it down, when I will give you some quick hacks for it, would you be interested to hear the reasons for it? So I'm going to start giving you some quick hacks, quick solutions for each of these 13 fears. So if you're really interested to know what are those quick hacks, Gopika, in this specific 1 hour itself, you would first need to address your fears. Fabulous out there. I've been able to get so many, you know, absolute eager responses from each one of you. So then let's get started with getting to know that what are some of those quick hacks, some of those quick hacks for each of these 13. Come on, send me a big yes in the chat box. I'm going to start addressing each one of them right there, and keep your pens and paper ready with you if you haven't done it so far. If you haven't done it so far, okay? So I do not have confidence, Gopika. What will you tell me on that? Confidence comes from your self-esteem. And your self-esteem, when it is not convinced of the ideas that you're going to propose in front of people. So if my idea is that I really, really believe that yoga helps in being able to detox, you know, everything in your life and brings you to a point to balance your life in all areas. Only and only when I will believe in a concept and that concept resonates with me, will I be able to have that capacity to speak on it. And the moment I say I have the capacity to speak on that domain is where I say I have a message. Listen to me, I have a message that I want to spread. But my self-esteem says, no, you are not convinced about your message. You still need to learn a lot. You still need to research a lot, is where you're telling yourself that you do not have confidence. Always remember, if I know yoga today, which is at level which is here, there are people above me and there are people below me. Just keep that fact in mind all the time. So when you are wanting to elevate your level of confidence with the message that you want to send out as a speaker, remember, how about being fair to those people who are below me and who would want to be convinced about the notion of practicing yoga to bring about a balance in life? How about giving my message to them and inspiring their lives? Is somehow that you are going to be able to infuse that confidence. How is it that we get shaken up? Is when we always speak about and think about people who are above me. Why can't we be fair on thinking that there are still so many lives who have not even reached the stage of expertise in my domain, in my skill, in my experience, and there are so many lives waiting to be inspired? Can we do justice to them? Is when you will start feeling good about what you want to spread out as a speaker, right? So that's the first one. I do not have confidence is how you can address that. I'm going to share some quick hacks on each of these. The second pointer says, I have a stage phobia. I can't speak in front of a lot of people. All that you need to do is, if there are 500 people in a room, all you need to do is look at 3 people. What do I mean by 3 people, Gopika? All you need to do is, the moment you go across and you're going to address the audience, look towards on your right hand side and maintain an eye contact with one person. To your center, maintain an eye contact with another person, and to your left hand side. So it's giving you a full panoramic view on your left hand side, and maintain your eye contact with one person. All you need to do is to be able to give that acknowledgement, to one person on your right, to your left. The moment you're able to do that without having to tell yourself that you're going to talk to 500 people out there, and if you tell yourself, I'm going to speak to 3 people out there in the audience, where you will be able to do justice to your message. These are simple techniques that we use. So we actually start panning ourselves from our right to left. The third pointer out there, which is, I have a language problem. It is never about language. It is never about language in speaking. It is always about that, which is that language which makes you feel most comfortable in, through which you will be able to do justice to your content. So if you think you're good in Kannada, you think you're good in Hindi, you think you're good, in your Malayalam, you're good in Marathi, please go out there. There are people who are wanting to hear it, not in English, but in your language. And that's exactly where you're going to develop your niche as a Marathi speaker and coming across, where you will do justice to it, because you will be able to, reach across to them. We don't have to do English, which is, the widely accepted language, and every other speaker is training in that language. We don't have to do it if we are not very comfortable in it. So it's not about a language problem at all. There must be one language that you're comfortable in. Pick that up. Fourth pointer. What if I forget? You need to create a story from start to an end in your mind. And what is that story going to be? That there is a story that starts that, in my mind, I'm wanting to create a speakerpreneur out of every single person out here in the room. So I have my story that I will start by clearing your mindset on day 1, to creating you as a person of a speakerpreneur who's going to be sitting and selecting on multiple opportunities of work for themselves. So I have a story that I'm going to be sharing across with you. It's not really about content as much. So when you create a story in your mind from start to an end, you don't forget stories, you forget content, you forget bullet points is something that you forget. So create a story and you will be able to remember it. How do I start, open and close a discussion? The start and closing needs to have 10% of your content. And how? In the form of activities, in the form of activities, games, exercises, something which is very interactive with your audience. That's on your 5th pointer. That is, your starting and your closing has to have your 10% of start, 10% of close, and the middle has to be 80% of your content is what you need to deliver. So that's a simple math that we always do, and we divide our entire presentation in. Now, 6th pointer, I don't know how to be influential, Gopika. There is no big science to it. As I said earlier, you need to be able to resonate. You need to be able to relate yourself with a topic that you feel deeply connected to. And if you think it has made a difference in your life, with your life example, you can just go out there and inspire so many people. So let's say that, you've just been able to be an example for yourself, that you've done an enormous amount of weight loss for yourself. And that's something that has inspired people around you, amongst your family and friends. Come on, you are already influential. That's all that you need to pick up. And you were, into a state of depression before that. What is it that you need to pick up to be influential? To set yourself as the role example, what you believe in, you've already been able to prove it for yourself. And if you can prove it for yourself, I can tell you, you can go out there and convince anybody out there. And you're going to be influential because you've done it for yourself, right? 7th pointer, what will the audience think if I falter? Let them think. They will anyway still think. You can never have 100% happy audience. It can never happen. So think about, as I said, in about your 100% of your audience, what about the 99% of people who will appreciate? Because there will always be a situation of that 1%. You know why that happens? Even when you look at a YouTube video and you look at the likes and comments and the thumbs up and thumbs down, there are always a situation of both. There are multiple likes also, and there are multiple dislikes also. That does not mean that it should deter you. It should deter you from not performing for yourself for what you want to do for yourself. 8th pointer out there. I stammer sometimes in between, Gopika. I'm going to come to the questions in the last 5 minutes, Smita. So I'm going to come to that in the last 5 minutes, okay? 8th pointer out there. I stammer sometimes in between. If you stammer sometimes in between, go slow and stress on your words. Go slow and stress on your words. It's a simple hack. 9th one, my legs start shivering and my throat becomes dry. As far as I can't see it, as far as the audience can't see it, it's absolutely fine. But what, Gopika, if the audience can see it? Then you haven't prepared enough. Then you haven't prepared enough. So the amount of nervousness will always be there. But if we have prepared enough towards it, the legs which start shivering and your throat becomes dry, the audience will not be able to see it. So remember, if you haven't done that, then rehearse more, on the same piece of content. 10th pointer, I don't know what content to exactly say. Always divide your body of knowledge into your main context, which is going to be 80%. And the rest of the 20%, 10% in opening and 10% in closing. How do you do that, Gopika? Look at the way that I have done it with you right now. In the opening 10%, I explained you the agenda of 5 days. I explained you the agenda of day 1. And in the closing 10%, I'm going to share an activity with you. And in the middle, the 80% is your real content that you really have. So it's not just about sharing your piece of content that you have, but also being able to draft it into these 3 sections. And then there is, of course, a lot to explore on that. 11th pointer, it's difficult to maintain an eye contact, Gopika. Eye contact, maintaining, it's not about maintaining it with everyone. Maintaining even with the one single face that makes you feel comfortable is going to be absolutely enough. So when you're looking at the audience and you don't want to look at your seniors, you want to probably look at your colleague who makes you feel more confident. Do that. As and when you will gain more confidence, you yourself will start panning over through more eyes. Or another simple hack for eye contact is just look over their heads right here. The moment you're doing that, just looking over their heads, many a time when you're at a distance, the audience actually feels you're looking at them. They themselves are confused whether you're looking at them or you're not looking at them. So just look over their heads if you don't really want to directly maintain an eye contact on that. And 12th, how do you make it interesting? Introduce activities, introduce games, introduce quiz, introduce this Q&A activity that, are you all with me on that? Introduce such activities, every now and then is what is going to bring about that interest element in the entire narration. And 13th pointer up there, which is log kya kahenge, Gopika? Log hamesha kuch na kuch kahenge. Something or the other, they will always say. What is important is that you completely believe in your concept And remember, you will never be able to satisfy 100% of it, but that should not deter you from not sending out your message, because you know your expertise, you know your domain, and you know that you're doing justice to those people who are getting inspired from the message that you are sending. So keep telling that to yourself. Now, how many of you love these 13 pointers, guys? With this, what is going to happen is that now you're going to start reducing your fears and start increasing your confidence. Start reducing your fears and start increasing your confidence. Of course, it's a gradual process. Whatever I've given out to you has to be practiced in an experiential way. Then only will you be able to put that down, all of that together. But, you know, a lot of the work is done while we get into an engagement of learning and wanting to understand those solutions out there, right? So on that note, let's find out more that what are more misconceptions that we face from the audience. So the misconception that I've already cleared out now, that good speakers are born. It's a skill set. Come on, it's a skill set. It's not something that cannot be changed. So the moment you're wanting to change your mindset, which is that I want to become a speaker because it's the fastest growing industry, and not only that, I can do justice to the expertise that I have and send out my message, my expertise, my skill, and inspire so many lives out there. And good speakers are born, not made. It's absolutely a doable, learnable skill. I am an introvert. I feel nervous. I'm a sitting live example in front of you. And the more you're going to do it, it's like an addiction. You want to do it again and again and again and again. It is an addiction. The moment you do one good act, and I'm going to give you a chance on Thursday to come up for that show time, where if you're able to give across that one good act by using all these techniques together that you know I'm using up here, you're going to be addicted to that aspect that, Gopika, I want to do it more number of times. I'm not a fluent speaker, Gopika. How can I make a good speech? I just got that as a query also from one of you out there. How can I make a good speech? I am not a fluent speaker. It's not about fluency in the language you want to do. You must be having a fluency in a language that you're most comfortable in. Use that. And if you don't want to use it, so let's say you're very, very fluent in Hindi, but not so fluent in English, use a combination of the two. And it also helps to break the monotony for your audience out there. I'm scared of looking at the audience. Too many faces make me forget the matter. Don't look at them. Just look over their heads, as I have just explained out to you. I have a vernacular education background. Does not matter. People love people. People love people. And that's what they're going to love you for. Share out your real learnings, your life experiences as a speaker. And I can tell you, people are dying to be inspired. And that is something that you need to remember. It has nothing to do with your education here. Or if you're saying, I find it difficult to express my thoughts in English, we've already addressed this. Please do it in the language that you're most comfortable in. I must make a perfect speech each time. Not possible. Not possible. There will be some good days. There will be some bad days. I'm so sorry to say, but then that's how it is. And that's how it is everywhere. So even if you're making a sales pitch today, it just might be a lucky day. Another day, it might just not be a lucky day. All we need to remember is to be able to put a lot of planning, structuring, and delivering, which is in our control, to make it seem perfect in our eyes, right? I must have people clapping in the end, which is going to act as a bonus, but it should not be the trigger for you to work in future. You know, because speakers get addicted to applause. So it's your endeavor completely to be able to get yourself hooked on to your audience. But if it doesn't happen one single time, you need to be able to find out that what is it that I wasn't doing? Maybe I was just speaking. Maybe I was just a speaker as a speaker. So as I said again, a speaker is not a speaker till he's just a speaker. Maybe you've not even involved the audience. Maybe you haven't even addressed them. You haven't even acknowledged their presence. So then how is it that you're going to be able to get back the same vibes from them? So please stop making these excuses to yourself, which is what, you know, if my audience realizes that I am nervous, Gopika, but what if they realize you're not nervous and they can't even figure that out? What if they realize I don't know enough? But what if they realize that you have prepared enough? Can we just twist and turn this entire notion around? What if they don't like me? What if they like you? Can you stop thinking about people only and only above you? You will also keep increasing on the ladder. but only when you have the resolve to do so. If you have a skill set today, you will be able to inspire many out there who are still looking up to you. You need to be in a situation where you're learning from others, but you're also sharing your knowledge with the people who deserve it. So you need to give yourself that chance and change that what if notion to say that what if my audience realizes that I have prepared enough, and what if they realize that I am a very, very powerful, experienced speaker as well, right? So these are the public speaking facts, or speaking facts, as I may say, which you all need to be able to embed at the end of day one. What is important is that we're able to get that mindset as a speaker to be able to progress our journey when we start on day two on our journey as an expert speaker, because that's going to be my next domain that I'm going to pick up tomorrow. Not just a speaker, but an expert speaker tomorrow. So these facts need to be embedded into our mind, which is speaking is not something that we can learn just by listening. It's like a sport. We need to practice it. And it only becomes better the more we're going to play at it. The more we're going to play at it. I'm going to give you an opportunity to be able to come up live and be able to practice it with me, where I'm going to share my individual feedback and recommendations. You need to be, vigilant enough to be able to send me out those names when I'm going to ask you, not now, when you're going to send me out those names, so that we can filter out and generate that who will be those people who will go out there and share their ideas with us. So you need to be able to practice it. And remember, you need to, send out that energy so that the audience is going to absolutely reflect your emotion. So if you want your audience clapping in the end, if you want that your audience should, absolutely be able to relate with your facts, you need to also emote the same kind of emotions, which means that empathy, you need to show it to your people that you really, really care about them. And that is something that should be visible with every message that you send out. Fact number 3, and this is something which is very powerful, that you could know that you are nervous because it is an established fact. But if we as audience, we do not know, then you're all fine. You're all set. You are all set for that. And we can always control this degree of fear with our planning, structuring, and delivering. Because let me tell you, every speaker is nervous, is insecure, has that notion of, that phobia in their hearts. All they do is that they put in a lot of planning towards it so that they're able to go out there and not let the audience feel the vibes that they have, which is the vibes of, having that phobia and having the nervousness in their hearts, is what I want each one of you to be able to practice that. That is why right from day one, I'm telling you that by day 4 and day 5, I'm going to be looking at you visually with your video screen switched on, with you on the show time, with me here in these 5 sessions. So make sure that you start preparing yourself in your mind. And I need the mindset to become extremely, extremely strong. I've had to continue many battles, but I do not want anybody else to be able to, continue with that battle in their mind at any point in time. And the best fact that I want each one of you to remember today, post which I'm going to explain you the activity for today, which is being fearless is not about cultivating no fear. It is about cultivating less fear. It's about cultivating less fear. So which we are only going to be doing that. The fear is only going to reduce the moment we're going to keep increasing our confidence levels up there. So that is how we need to be able to look at it. If you've been able to relate to these 6 facts, come on, give me out your numbers. Which facts have you been able to relate out with the most? Come on, 1 to 6. And you can always give me out more numbers out there to be able to see how much each one of you were there with me while I was speaking to you. So fact number 1 to 6, all of them out there. Each one of them has been spelled out to each one of you there, right? So on that note, you guys were absolutely fabulous, guys. Now let's come across to a very interesting activity at the end of day 1. We call this as add, subtract, multiply, and divide. This activity is something that you need to explain out to us, and I'm going to share across a sample for the same. It means you need to write it down in the WhatsApp group, which is going to be open for discussion today. between 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. so that you can post across this activity. Add your status. What is it that you want to achieve for yourself? What is it that you want to achieve for yourself from the next 3 months to 3 years? Is something that you need to write down. You want to become a blogger, influencer, spokesperson, speaker, speakerpreneur, whatever you want to write down. Subtract your fears, that you want to subtract your shyness, you want to subtract, you know, your introvert nature. What is it that you want to subtract? You can write down multiple things for us right there. And then write down what all opportunities would you want to multiply for yourself in the future. What all would you want to do? Do you want to become an author? Do you want to become, you know, a podcaster? You want to become an Instagrammer? You want to become a YouTuber? You want to become, you know, just a more confident person, you know, at your office? You want to become a team leader, so on and so forth. Multiply your opportunities and divide your time, energy, and expense. And how much of time are you willing to spend for a week for doing all these additions and multiplications? How much time are you willing to spend on all these? Which is your time, which is, so you can easily say 1 hour, 2 hour, 10 hour, whatever you want to say, and expenses, and how much money are you willing to spend? Because everything that you want to, you've already invested in this program with me. Are you wanting to continue on this journey? You know, and this is not something that should come to an end at the end of 5 days, is what you need to tell yourself, so that you're able to prove your worth, right? I'm going to be posting that in the group as well, so that you're able to completely get a good limelight on that. And stop my screen sharing on this and see if we can pick up any, you know, in the last 2 minutes that we have, without taking much of your time, any 2 questions that we can take up based on the activity or on anything that we have shared from the session today. So just to let everyone know who joined in late today, we are going to be meeting up for the next 5 days live. We are only going to be sharing up the recording, which is going to be for day 1 and day 2. We are not going to be sharing the recording post that. So please make sure this endeavor is only and only made so that you're able to make yourself live available, and we're able to do complete justice to this platform. And I need to see a lot of participation coming in from you in the form of, you know, your continuous chat along with me. And you will also be coming up live for an activity on day 4, which is going to be your show time. So the time period is going to be between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. If anybody has any questions, please put them down in the chat box. Do not unmute yourself. Do not unmute yourself, so that we can take that up right away. And I am looking at the chat box now to see if any one of you has a question out there, right? Thank you so much, Umar, on that. How to cater for the loss of words? Dinesh, when you're losing out words, it's only you who knows it. Nobody else knows it. Remember, even if you're forgetting words, just let them go away, because you know you're forgetting your words. So you can always replace it with the language you're most comfortable in. Bring in another language that, you know, you can remember that vocabulary in. But rather than, you know, getting fiddled and getting stuck up and, you know, creating that kind of a notion that you're forgetting any matter, because your audience does not know that, is something that we need to remember, Dinesh. So loss of words is in your mind. When you're losing out words, pick up the language that you're most comfortable in. Puneet, lack of fluency. Fluency, I'm sure that you have a fluency in another language that you're most comfortable in. Puneet, use a mix of 2 languages. So if there is, you know, lack of fluency in, let's say, English, if I was to say, then pick up another language that you're most comfortable in and use that at that time, is where you will not feel, because I'm very sure that you have the fluency in some language that you're most comfortable. Why bother about a language that, you know, you're not being able to pick up? Then please go ahead and join, you know, that English communication or Spanish communication or French communication or whatever language that you want to pick up, because it's a different ball game altogether. Are we going to be touch basing on speaking other than presentation when we generally? Absolutely, Smita. This is, so as I say, I myself do not like to speak about public speaking. We are speaking about every agenda that we had in mind. You can pick them up when I say that you need to plan, you need to structure, you need to deliver. Even when we're talking, you know, to our colleagues, we need to have the structure in mind. When we're giving a presentation at the office, we need to have that structure in mind. You know, whenever we're using up a technique that, you know, I'm not being very fluent, then replace it with the language. So these are very generic tips and techniques that you can use other than public speaking as well, Smita. Beena, how will I come to know people's feedback? Beena, there's only one way to know the feedback, which is to find out from your people. and we do it every single time. So that's the only way to get to know. Kabir, you need to improve the vocabulary. How? So vocabulary in your industry, what you need to do is pick up the industry, the expertise that you want to speak on, and then pick up and see that, you know, the experts that you're getting, you know, inspired with, who are speaking in a very, very fluent language. Pick up a few words that you're really, really getting inspired with. So let's say, you know, a lot of people are using probably, certainly, or whatever words that they're using. Pick up at least a few words so that you can incorporate that into your style, and you will, you know, slowly and gradually realize that you will start using it much more frequently. So there was, you know, somebody who used to, you used to really use the word in my environment, you know, apparently. I've never used it so frequently in my vocabulary, but because I had just developed a liking towards it, so I started using it much more there. Right. So just a request, if you can share the recordings, though we will not be able to share the recordings, Sandeep. I am, you know, extremely sorry for that, because then the entire idea of the live sessions goes away. Okay. How much of animation is important in public speaking? Is it distracting? Not at all, Rajiv. We need to exaggerate our emotions, and that's the way to go in speaking. The more you dramatize, the receiver absolutely gets captivated in what you want to convey. The receiver is totally, you know, captivated with what you want to display out there. So those were the questions to each one of you out there. And I'm really hoping to see all of you live in this room only for 1 hour. You've made an investment. Let's be fair and let's be here live so that we can, all of us can do this together in this room, right? I will see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. sharp on this platform. So thank you so much, everyone, and take care.